Hi, I'm Marcus Coward, and this is Wake Up New Bedford, and I'm here with Ryan Nunes. Ryan, thanks again for being here.
Hey, man, thank you.
Absolutely. So, you brought up how Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind
Yeah.
inspired you when you were younger.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite movie now?
Yeah, actually,
Well-
I do. Have you ever seen Boyhood?
Boyhood.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It is a film that was filmed over the course of 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah, and they brought the actors back. So
Okay.
you actually see the kids grow up in real time.
that's crazy.
It has Ethan Hawke as the dad,
Okay.
and it is insane that quality wise, like film wise too. Like how eventually, I don't know if they transferred it into digital, but to keep the consistency and tone over 10 years and keeping the actors
Yeah.
together is amazing.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Yeah, dude. I highly recommend that.
No, that's definitely on the
Yeah.
list. Okay. And so, besides like that very like unheard of element as far as for
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
over 10 years, like
Yeah.
what about it makes it your favorite movie?
I think there's a sense of, well, part of it, because you see it a lot through the kid's eyes. The young, like a boy growing up, is, it's just like the way life experiences happen differently at certain points. Like the parents are separated, and my parents are separated. So like the mom dates like a few guys that aren't the greatest, and Ethan Hawke, he goes on, he lives his single life, being a dad, driving like a cool car and everything. But at the same time, like you see how it can affect someone and how it affects even down to their relationships with other people.
Sure.
And I think finding that in a film that you can relate to, not even just because of my situation, but in
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
I think is beautiful. And they bring up like real world things that happened in those 10 years.
Yeah.
And that just makes it more lifelike, and I really enjoy that.
That sounds like a life documentary. Like
Yeah,
in a movie.
it feels like it. It's yeah. There's one part they bring up like Star Wars: The Phantom Menace,
Sure.
and I'm like he talks about it, and Ethan Hawke's like, yeah, that one looks dumb. Like he's so used to the
Triggered.
yeah to older films,
Sure.
So like it's interesting to see someone make cultural references that
Sure.
doesn't date the film, or it's supposed to date it because it's in that year.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
And so at this point, you've directed.
Yep.
You've written.
Yep.
You've been behind the camera filming.
Yes.
And then you've also been in front of it acting.
Correct.
Which of those aspects is your favorite to do?
I would have said acting a few years ago.
Okay.
And I do think that acting's super fun. I always enjoy getting in front of the camera, but it's I have some medical issues now that make my memory kind of So I will say that if I don't want to look like a fool, I would say acting. But directing and writing, I guess, like a mixture of that
Sure.
is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because you're creating this world for people, and what I like to do is I meet some friends of mine, and they want to act, or maybe they're not given a role at some point in their life where they can shine, and I'm like, I'm gonna write something for you, and I'm gonna put you in it, and you're gonna be the star, but we gotta get to know each other.
Okay.
Yeah, not in a weird way.
No.
But-
No, but of course.
Yeah.
If you're gonna write a part for someone, you want to try and make it an accurate part for them.
Yeah.
Where you're not like typecasting them, but you're trying to look at them like holistically.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I've never done that.
It's you kind of talk to them naturally over time, and it becomes very organic. Like their humor, their mannerisms, how they talk to you. Obviously, the subject matter, whatever the film is, isn't completely based on them.
Sure,
But
yeah.
you're writing a role that fits their strengths,
Yeah.
and that's the most important part. 'Cause you want to highlight everybody.
So, did you ever have stage fright, or did you ever have a fear being in front of the camera you had to work to overcome?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I did theater, I remember like the first time I ever went on stage.
Okay.
Like I remember like that there was my cue and my heart's beating, and I like not ran up there, but I walked up there and I did my role. It was a court case drama called Night of January 16th.
Okay.
It's not a big play. It's what our high school could afford at the time.
Sure.
And I played a mobster character named Larry Reagan.
Okay.
Now everybody down there, anything that sounds north, like northern, they'll just say like, oh, he'll get the role, because it was true. So like I got the role and I talked in like this made up northern accent that's not a thing, like it's not even a New York accent.
Yeah.
And but they loved it. But like I remember just sitting up there and I'm saying to myself, oh God, if I mess up, this is real time. I have to figure out like what would happen.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I got good at improv. And that's like I love acting, like improv wise.
Yeah, okay.
So, but yeah, stage fright is a real thing. Even with the lights turned on now, I still get it a little bit.
Sure.
It's just realizing you're in a comfortable environment with good people, and if they're people you know, they have your back.
Sure.
So it's okay. I understand it's really scary with the stage fright.
So talk to me a little bit about your experience with improv. Were you ever in a troupe, or was it just kind of natural over time?
So when I tell people I'm in theater, everyone thinks like Hamlet, Shakespeare, things like that, right? And I'm not saying I avoid those, but I started off in children's theater.
Okay.
So everyone saw me as like a certain light. Like I loved entertaining kids.
Sure.
I think it's important to protect kids and make sure that like they have, positive media and just a positive.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people they graze over that.
Yeah.
So, but I started improving probably after high school more because movies and television shows don't sound natural to me sometimes.
Sure.
So, someone walks in and be like, God, I really miss Dad. And then you're just like, whoa, why do they talk like no one talks like that?
Exactly.
So I would improv, and sometimes it would sound better because it was, more naturalistic.
Yeah.
And that's something I also try to bring to my scripts too. Like if I remember once I did a scene where my partner at the time, she's playing my wife, and my scene partner, and she's having an emotional breakdown, and I accidentally caught myself saying, "Dude, dude, it's okay, like don't cry."
Yeah.
I thought that was natural.
Yeah.
But people on the crew were like, "Why would you say dude?" And I was like, why not?
Yeah.
So like that's something like I try to add everyday, language into my films because I think it's super important to show people. We need to normalize certain things.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah. Dialects of, different type of linguistics and everything. Because people are just like, everybody talks like this isn't, 1950s anymore. There's no more transatlantic accents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, but yeah.
And people shouldn't try and aim to fit a certain mold. They should try and just be original and authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think when you bring certain people to the stage or on set, you have to understand them as people and where they come from. Like obviously if you're doing a period piece or something, like I understand people are going to be more of a stickler for that. And
Sure.
I understand that. But if it's a modern day piece and they're not allowed to be a little bit more free flowing or if the script just feels like you're hitting a speed bump every 5 minutes trying to say the lines, you gotta understand, what type of production you're part of. Yeah, so.
And the director maybe needs to like loosen up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and don't get me wrong, every piece, for example, every short film, that's another piece for their portfolio. That's something to show their confidence as an actor or director or whatever. And they'll do whatever they take to get that. And that's not necessarily healthy.
Sure.
And a lot of people also need to understand, like, even though that's your 5th film, that's their first short film. That's their first acting gig. You got to understand everybody comes to you at different levels, and you got to nurture that.
Sure.
So
are short films, I don't want to say just easy to make, but as far as for obviously like a feature film.
Yeah.
And is that why you've done a few so far?
Yes.
Like do you see yourself like eventually going into feature film?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
So
it's a good gateway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think of it like this, right? So we talked about like the learning on set thing.
Yeah.
All right, so when I made a short film called After the Beep, which was a lot about generational trauma around the holidays. And I shot it, it premiered in Cape Cod, and it was going great. And in the back of my head, I was like, might as well just jump to a feature film now. That's extremely ambitious, extremely naive.
Yeah.
And I ended up talking to somebody, and they said, how about you make a few short films so you figure out what you want to spend money on, who you want to work with, and the story you want to tell to the best of your abilities with, the resources that you have.
Sure.
And I'm so glad I took that advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because each film I've gotten, each short film I've slightly increased in quality or cast size, crew size, and I'm basically teaching myself as I go along, because by the time I hit a feature, I'll have a lot more confidence with it. So,
and they are, like, as someone who appreciates film but hasn't really, I don't know, educated myself too much about short films, but I know that there are a lot of like film festivals where they might be shown. Like, they are really popular in the U.S. and around the world. Yeah. So it's not like you're the only person making short films. Yeah. It's definitely a really popular thing to do.
Yeah, and I think even today, especially today's media and just that, TikTok and things like that, like when people make like those shorts or Instagram reels that are just like beautifully cinematic, like that's great practice if they want to make something bigger. And I don't think we should instantly, put our noses up to it, because they're creating a whole new, basically, in a space that needed to be filled is now being filled by these very creative young individuals, and I love that.
And film has always and will continue to always evolve. Yes. And so, like you just said, they're just filling the void for what's next.
Exactly. It's like a need or something you didn't think would exist, and you're like, that 15 seconds just hit me. Yeah. And that's, if you can get a story across in 30 seconds, you are successful as a storyteller. And if you do it constantly, buddy, what are we doing?
And so I can't agree with you more. Yeah. And that's why I give so much credit to the intro to the movie Up.
Yeah, I love the intro.
Everyone does. Yes. But like the amount of emotional investment that they're able to create in just like the first maybe 5 or 10 minutes of that movie is like unheard of. You know, it's masterful. Yes. So like, it's great if you can do it over a long period of time or over a whole movie, but like, if you can really contain it in a short period of time, it's even more impressive in some ways.
Absolutely. It's that first like 5 minutes, man, like we see a whole life cycle of a relationship and obviously the passing of his wife, which is super sad. Yeah. And it shows why he is the way he is at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. That's great writing.
Great writing.
Yeah. And you probably, when you watch the movie, like, I don't even know what's going to come next. And then the weirdest stuff happens next. I think that's like the point, keep breaking those expectations.
So when did you decide that you wanted to really focus and implement mental health into your filmmaking?
God, I was coming back from a project that I was shooting, and the film itself, there were some aspects of it that kind of implemented it a little bit, but it felt very self-indulgent. And and there's nothing wrong with that. It was their project. Okay. And I said, if I had to write this, I would have been a little bit more open-minded, more open-ended. And I said, there's different ways to show this, and I think I know how I can do it. But I had to get people to trust me first. So I would meet people on sets, and I would tell them about these ideas, and they're like, dude, that sounds great. You should bring me on for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'd be like, thank you, yeah. And a lot of people, if they really believe in the idea and the vision, they will go out of their way to support you. And in a good way is, once you find that niche, like those good people, you'll support their ideas too. Sure. I don't like, if you, sorry, I touched my mic again, but if you don't mind, going out to New Bedford, Massachusetts to film something, I'll go up to Maine or New Hampshire to film with you. Sure. Because like, if you help my vision, I help yours. So.
And it shows that you're both down, like humble, down to earth, but also like down for the cause. Like, let's create something. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes, don't get me wrong. There have been projects where it's like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or a shoot that I really can't make because of my job or something like that. Yeah, life. But if I can, I'd love to. Yeah. But if I can't, I will say it's a bummer. Sometimes there are projects that I've wanted to be a part of that went on to be bigger things, but you never know. Like, that could be a big project for that person, and then their next project, they'll be like, hey, I knew that you weren't in the last one. Do you want to be a part of this one? And I'll be like, oh, I'd love to.
So this may go without saying, but when it comes to short films, do you expect to make money off of them, or is it just all out of pocket? Or?
Me, personally, I expect no money back.
Okay.
Like, that's just me.
But I guess, and then anyone who works on it, from the actor to the director, or how does that work?
All right, so coming from a more generalized idea of it. what you can do is shoot a short film. You can bring it to bigger film festivals, and then, you know, it can get some type of distribution, and then you can make money off that if someone picks it up, just to clarify. With me, because of a lot of the short films that I've done, they don't, you know, I kind of know or have a feeling they might not get picked up by a certain festival. I'm not going to push for distribution. And also, a big thing too is, once you have a short film that you made and submitted to the festival circuit, it can't be shown for a certain amount of months. Yeah, because festivals, when they invite you on, they want to show your product at their festival.
Exactly, yeah.
So, but I will be honest with you, I do think it's a little ableist sometimes, and I want people to get out and watch my work if someone's worked on it. So I drop it on YouTube.
Sure.
If the film festival finds out I'm disqualified, that's okay. But if you can watch it in the comfort of your home, I still did it. I created a story that someone else was watching.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's can you make money back? Yes and no.
Sure.
You can make money, but it won't be a lot.
Yeah.
And until you make a feature or a television show or something, that's how you really make a little bit more money.
Exactly.
And it's, you know, it's something I think a lot of people need to realize, or just understand, not realize, because I don't need to realize, but you're investing in yourself. A lot of this, all the short films I've made come out of pocket. I don't make any money.
Sure.
If I do crowdfunding, it goes straight to the crew and the cast. I don't pocket anything. If I have any leftover crafty, which is like food type of stuff, I donate it. And depending on what the topic of the chronic illness or mental health is, I try to donate to a charity or a local organization.
That's great.
So these short films are experiences for me with my friends to help build them up and hopefully build me up. So.
And also just adding to your portfolio, it seems like.
Yeah.
That's your focus, along with like learning and also, you know, having fun because it's your passion. But, you know, definitely trying to create a body of work for when you do.
For people who they want to believe in me.
And also like for, you know, bigger production studios or whatever, like when you do want to pitch yourself, you'll have something to show for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even when we just shot a crowdfunding video for another short film I'm working on, and thankfully I have a few films now under my belt, like you said, so I can show that on the screen and be like, look, I did this, look, I did that, it's won this many awards or laurels. But yeah, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's good to have work to show and stuff like that.
Of course.
But at the same time, it's really funny, I don't even think of it like that sometimes.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, I made that short film 2 years ago, it helped out my buddy, and that's that. And it's not that I don't value my work or something, but I just want to make sure that, you know, that person at that time got enough confidence to apply for their next film.
Sure.
Or their next project. Or maybe someone saw the lighting on it and they're like, oh, I really want that guy on this one. So they're kind of like group projects for like a class in a way. Yeah. So, and not in like not diminishing group projects.
No, of course, but in a collaborative way.
Yeah.
So for COVID, did that help foster any of your creativity, or was that like a real detriment to your career?
How I work, so right before COVID, I had come back from Texas. I was filming a Fallout fan film.
Okay.
Yeah. And ended up, I needed to get a job. I needed stability. I needed comfortability. I needed the paycheck every week. I applied at St. Luke's Hospital in materials, which is like the warehouse underneath that supplies all the closets and the equipment throughout the hospital. And they told me straight up, they're like, you know, you might not get a lot of hours, you know, it's, you know, you're probably not going to make like a bunch of money. And I was like, oh, it's fine. You know, I was a little hesitant at first, and then COVID happened later that week. The whole lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And by this point, though, I was really tired from filming stuff and acting and stuff. I felt like I hadn't gotten the roles I really wanted or been in anything that, you know, I had dreamt of. Like, don't get me wrong, the roles that I got before that, absolutely, you know, nothing to those projects. But there were still topics that I wanted to touch on that no one was really making in the scene at the time. So it was always kind of like a pipe dream. So, I mean, I'm very thankful for those. But as time went on in COVID, I've kind of put all that on the back burner. I'm thinking to myself like, oh, God, the world's changing. What am I going to do now? I'm talking to people a lot more online because that's how we're staying connected. And then probably a year or two into COVID, a friend hits me up and goes, hey, man, we're doing this feature. They're looking for like a racially ambiguous type of actor. Okay. And I'm like, okay. What do you need? And I thought it was a short film. And then I auditioned for it, and then I found out it was a feature. Okay. And I was like, oh my God. But you need to remember, I didn't act at this point by the time we shot this, because it was pushed back, 4 years. Okay. So I was terrified to get back in front of that camera. Yeah. And unfortunately, at the time in my life, a lot of things weren't going that great. So my performance in some scenes is super kooky, others it's serious. Some you can definitely tell me I dubbed my lines like off screen ADR, Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, but anytime you see a person's head like this and I'm talking to you, if they don't get your mouth, that means they dub their lines. Okay. So they can say whatever they want to you to move the plot along. Sure. But COVID changed, I guess, the way I wanted to tackle things, because if I was coming back to acting, I wanted to make sure that I picked roles that really resonated with me, or I knew I could act to the best of my abilities in them. So I'm a little bit more choosy, I guess you could say, because of that experience. Sure. But at the same time, like, it made me foster a lot of relationships and friendships with people because they wanted to do things, and they weren't making things for certain types of people, or certain issues that should have been brought up in film. It was a different landscape. Like around 2018. I couldn't get anything, really. I was like, short, not that I care. We're gifted with this burden. Absolutely. Yes. But they were looking for like tall, Caucasian, very Eurocentric people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I understand that sells. I'm not dumb. So, but as time went on, I realized like I could just write roles that pertain to me and pertain to my friends so that we get highlighted. Sure. And COVID helped build that foundation for us. Sure. And so this most recent film that, I follow you on Instagram, of course, and, that film was getting nominated for all kinds of awards. So can you tell us about some of the recognition it's received, and tell us a little bit about the film itself? So the film is called A Beautiful Day. It's about Alzheimer's. Okay. Which is in dementia, like just anything in general in that area. I made it a little bit open-ended so that two parties could also relate to it. And what's your role in this film? Oh, sorry. I'm the writer. Okay. And I'm the director. Okay, great. And we shot at Common Klasky Park, and I wanted to shoot it in New Bedford because I really want to highlight New Bedford as a city and show all these different locations. That's great. And we won like best drama at, God, I'm sorry. There's a few of them. I'm trying to think of my head what they are. At the Massachusetts Independent Film Festival, we won a Indie Spirit Award, which was nice. Yeah. At the Massachusetts International Film Festival, we won an honorable mention, which was very sweet because there were so many films there. We've won. We were just recently selected for the Cambridge Film Festival, which is not in Cambridge, Massachusetts, but in England. Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. When I applied for it, I was like, Cambridge, Massachusetts? And then I was like, wait, what do you mean England? That's crazy. Yeah, so that's best nominated for Best Drama, which is like a big deal to me. We also were shown at the New Bedford Film Festival, which I promised wasn't just because I'm on the board. We actually had to get voted in, for sure, which I almost lost out to, so very thankful. There's probably a few more I can think of. That's maybe. Amazing. Yeah, but I think that film festivals. Oh, nope, that's a different year. But yeah, so a lot of the film festivals around here are, the boards and stuff like that. The people who run them are very sweet people, and I'm very glad that I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people and make connections and networking. And it's weird. It's really weird to like win an award. I just think it's so bizarre, and I'm like, cool. So this is the first film that you've worked on that's received this much attention? No.
Oh, okay.
No. After The Beep, the first film I made, since it was like a one-man show. It was me, the camera, and a script I made.
Okay.
We shot it. I mean, I shot it in 5 hours.
Okay.
And I submitted it to a bunch of festivals, and I won like a bunch of awards.
Okay. Wow.
And I realized that film festivals are great. Laurels are wonderful. At the end of the day, and the people involved with those festivals are wonderful too. But at the end of the day, like, they help give you a little bit more confidence in your next project, and it helps people put eyes on it so people can see it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes nowadays, particularly, a lot of films don't even get seen because they're not winning these awards. And it is a little, I don't believe in this, but it does feel a little, I do believe in this, sorry. I want to correct myself.
Go ahead.
It is a little pay to play type of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I think a lot of people just invest so much money into projects, and they're beautiful projects that should be seen. But then you slap a little award with 2 little leaves on it, and people are like, "Oh my God!" Yeah, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, and I think that those are cool, but they don't make you a better filmmaker. You're a good filmmaker.
Sure.
Everyone's learning, everyone's growing. Sure, it looks cool that you went to Sundance or Cannes or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, it's just an award. So it's good that it gets notoriety, and I'm very happy my projects have, and I'm very proud about that. But at the end of the day, like, they help the people who are part of them, and that's all that matters to me.
So why do you say that it feels weird to receive awards for A Beautiful Day?
I don't know. I go up there and I just like, thanks guys, really appreciate it. But at the same time, like, it's kind of like a lottery in a sense, you know, like you meet you see beautiful, wonderful films that deserve all the accolades, all the praise. And then because I worked on the film, maybe it's not that I don't think my friends should get awards and stuff, but I just think that, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, it's just mine. That's how I think of it. Like, oh, it's just another one.
Okay.
But I'm very, very happy that certain members of the cast and crew have won awards and stuff. So I am humbled by that.
And so as we're wrapping up part 2, what is something you're looking forward to? Is there something you're working on right now, or would you just try and promote this film? Or what would you tell the people?
I am currently working on a new project called Drowned. Okay. It's about inattentive ADHD. It focuses on a single mother who her life is actually crumbling beneath her because she's not really taking care of herself. And the point of it is to show people, like, what happens when mental health gets to a point where you have to be held accountable to take care of yourself, and how it affects other things around you. So, yeah, we're going to do crowdfunding soon.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. You're posted something about that already, and yeah, I'll definitely try and support anywhere I can.
Thank you, man.
No, for sure. And so, yeah, that's the interview. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been Ryan Nunes, the actor, director, writer, filmmaker. Okay, and please check out his film right now and any work that is on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan Nunes channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And look forward to Drowned and future works by Ryan here in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Peace.